Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be taking a look at a couple of highlight viewer submitted matches of StarCraft 2. Joining me here, our first game shall be on a 4v4 map, Ashen Cradle. Team number one's Red Protoss. The bottom left belongs to Player 1. An apt order of names, I suppose. I didn't quite plan that. Their blue Protoss ally, it is Great Oz. Protoss in teal, it is Blink. Look at them getting their strategies together. 4 Protoss on this team. Last one here in purple for team number one, it is Optimus Prime. Very creative. Okay then. Team number 2, the upper right, hopefully plenty of more Protoss. We have yellow Elwachu, I think. Orange Zerg, drones of Havoc, which sounds familiar. Have we seen Havoc before? That sounds way too familiar. The green Protoss, it is Sick Duck. Sick Duck, bro. Oh, we have a Terran. We've got one Zerg and one Terran here. Light pink, it is Grievous. Ooh, with a dragon-themed icon here. Dragon Egg clan tag. Okay. Interesting. Holy Protoss. What is this mess? We got 6 Protoss in here. Who's cannon rushing? We do have one. So far, Red. Red is cannon rushing themselves, which is, one of the places on the map that you can put cannons. So not usually, I would say, the ideal. We do have a yellow Forge. They've only got 1 cannon. Nope, 2 cannons. Really? Everybody's cannon rushing themselves. What is this? Who's going to attack the back of your mineral line at the 2-minute mark? Okay, who hurt you? Elwachu obviously needs to watch you back a bit more, apparently, because he's been hurt before. Red, though, like, this is at least the more normal, I'm just a scared Protoss and I want to sit in my base and make carriers all day. I'm going to go ahead and put a gate, a core, a forge, and 2 cannons on 1 pylon before I feel like I need to add in another pylon. I honestly thought it was a 3rd cannon at first, though. I saw them making... Oh, Zelnaga, give me patience. Okay. Heaven, hell, and void in between help these poor Protoss. You know, Mr. Teal, have you ever heard of cannons in your mineral line? Have you ever considered making cannons in your own base as the first thing you do? What are we recalling? We're recalling battle probes. Love it. Wow. With great success, too. The battle probes summoned forth. Call the militia. We're bringing in the farmers. Grab your pitchforks, lads. Okay. Well, yeah, we're off to a flying start, I would say. We've got Void Rays coming up. We've got an idle Stargate for now because they were a little busy losing 12 probes. Good grief. Freaking Protoss everywhere. Every direction I look at. Okay, Zerg, we've got a Nidus network at the 4.5-minute mark. Nidus network started up. Lair is ready here. Now, Zerg, Mr. Havoc here, and I don't know if it's the same Havoc as I remember, and the name's familiar, but it's a pretty standard, just type of word name, I would say. Mr. Havoc, though, is an experienced team game Zerg player, because one thing I have learned in my experience playing team games with my beautiful Discord viewers there, you know who you are, Zergs, if you play Zerg like you're playing a 1v1, but in a team game, you will die. It's just that simple. You have to only take one base and then make a bunch of Zerglings, or else you just kind of die. So this person, they know what they're doing, okay? They cut their drone count at 17 and said, you know what? Nidus network. What we got going on? We're going to handle that in a minute. Let loose the swarm. Orange Zerglings pour forth from the maw of the Nidus. This is getting to be too many Zerglings. So many Zerglings. On the other side here, looks like the Protoss teammates working together. Immortal Void Ray combo did clear the siege tank Widow Mine contain. We've got triple Stargate here for Teal, of which can barely afford one of the three to actually be working at all. Battery quickly runs out of energy. Blue having a bit of a struggle. The Immortals not quite the quickest moving choice. I'm kind of liking the mass Immortal strategy though. I like the idea here. Is this double Robo? Double Robo. Love it. Moving into Colossi too. Okay. Just completely skip the gateway. You've heard of Gateway Man builds is from Protoss, but have you ever heard of Robo Man builds? I think not. Four botics. We got it on the way. Some random oracles come in, kill the one pylon that's powering everything, and then quickly target the building that can no longer fight back instead of going after the probes. Fantastic work. We're just going to sacrifice the oracles here. Okay. The oracles, they do their job. They're getting their business done. The Immortals. Ooh, got them. Barely. Scan goes out. This is a scan from Pink, by the way. Pink is the Widow Mine player. So Pink is just like, I want to see what's killing my stuff, because I'm not quite sure that my Terran eyes are actually working at this point in time. Like, just look at it. They're flipping shooting you with their immortal guns and their Colossi lasers. Oh no, that's an interesting battle. How many Immortals? 6. I think the Stalker count might be too high. Well, not if we just panic. Instead of... Ugh, God. Good grief. What are our Appums looking like? Pink? Okay, Pink, you gotta calm down. Like, you're making Widow Mines. Alright. You're making Widow Mines and siege tanks here. What are you really doing with all of this? I shudder to think what is actually going on behind the scenes here. Everything appears to have settled down for a brief moment. It looks like... Oh no, this was Teal's base. Nobody's taken this one yet. That's still unmined. Teal skipping a couple of bases to go for the bingo in the bottom right. Classic team game move. Is anybody building carriers yet? Doesn't look like it, but I spy 6 Immortals at once. Wow. Really, we're going with that kind of build. I like it. We've got Phoenix on the way for their allies. Void Rays for another one. What is Red really up to? What's Red building? Red is also making Phoenix. So we've got 3 airborne Protoss. Need anti-air. Yeah, that's an issue. And if your teammates are not going to support you, it would be ideal if you actually, like, kind of worked together, worked with them. Red shows up with way too few Phoenix. The Phoenix can lift Immortals, right? They're not massive. They're not dummy thick, super heavy units. I guess they don't really need to if you've got the Void Rays, to be fair. Oh my gosh. The Immortals here. The poor Immortals. Teal shows up, also offering way too few Phoenix to actually help out, but theirs have the purple lasers, okay, which means they're super cool, yes. Much better than the non-purple lasers, Indigos. Void Rays charge up, which will only help them against really wanting to move more effectively. Not a whole lot of armored targets here to really choose from, but purple comes in and saves the day. Thank you. Go together. Go Blue, the much more calm, much more level-headed, and can type clearly. Versus red. You know what? A blue. I think blue's actually a Terran player. Red. We're not sure at what point red hit the caps lock key, but what we can tell for certain is they're not going to hit it again. Okay. They're leaving this on caps. You know it. Oh, the Widowmine's almost deadly. Holy Immortals, Batman. 24 Immortals. That is nuts. Blue, we're coming out with a creative and interesting strategy here. Orange, after taking a bit of a vacation, a hiatus, is swapping into Hydralisk tech. Did manage to get another base up and running. Their drone count no longer at the comfortable 17. But at the price of potentially losing the game, because the Protosses, they're working together now. Ground team, air team actually helping out a fair bit here. Orange slips a few Hydras into the back line, starts to go after the mineral lines. Not a whole lot of defenses here to really stop them, which means I think the real battle's going to come down to the other side. Yeah, the air battle just barely still swinging into the favor of team number 1. That is a lot of Immortals, though, to deal with. What does team 2 really have? It's really just the Stalkers at this point. Okay, well, Stalkers and Colossi. This is just a basic PvP battle. That's a lot of Immortals, though. Look, it's just shredding through the Stalker line. Even against higher numbers, the Immortals just deal so much damage to Stalkers. It's absurd. The Hydra Stalker Colossus Wombo combo actually does manage to clear the Immortal army, proving their names are false. Advertisement at the very least. The Void Rays still managing to hold on, surprisingly. A few Stalkers will blink in, give them the surprise sick duck there. Not to be confused with a healthy duck, which would have not snuck up on them, would have met them in honorable combat, I'm sure. Blue still whipping out the robo units, making 5 Immortals at once, Colossi sprinkled in and about. The rest of them, we do finally have a couple carrier players, red and yellow. Sent. I'm guessing resources, because there was no actual text with there. I'm guessing somebody wanted money. Somebody wanted some moolah, and red was more than able or more than happy to provide. A brief respite, a moment before the battle ensues yet again. It was a pretty good one, actually. I'm a little surprised. I was skeptical when I saw the amount of Protoss. I was like, oh, great. Okay, we're just going to be sitting here till you guys make 82 carriers and kill my frame rate. But no, actually, I'd have to take it back. And you guys whipping out some interesting ideas. Very robotics-flavored mecha strategies, yeah. Orange, I feel, is not really going to be too up for helping with the potential final battle here. Really just a handful of Hydralisks. They just don't have the economy, don't have the macro set up to really help out with a whole lot else. The Widowmines could try to get on top here, but the Colossi shut them down. The splash damage coming in way too strong. Not even going to get one shot off my thumbnail. Material vanishes before my very eyes. The Zerglings find a random nexus out in the wild. Start to do with that as they please. The real fight's going to be over here. Green, the next target on the chopping block. Red, purple, and blue all working together here. Teal doesn't look like is too focused on this side. Holy battle. Good grief. Got to zoom all the way out here. Everybody's getting into this. Yellow carriers show up. Green retreating a bit too speedily, though. Not going to be able to help out a whole lot. Yeah, I think this might just be a bit too much. Orange and teal seem to have taken each other off of the board, but it does not matter one bit to the remaining teammates of team number 1 here, the Protosses, as I will call them. They... Oh... Okay... That's a red card. Offensive GG comes out from red. Player 1 with the broken caps key and a broken sense of camaraderie as well. I have to disavow, disapprove, and condemn their behavior now. We no longer support red. The offensive GG. Not quite nice. Yellow, the first of team number 2 to tap out. Doe, says orange. Who I think is it's the first thing they've actually said all game. Doe. My Zerglings did not beat the Void Rays. Doe. That's what we're getting out of them. That's the handful of Zerglings left. Pink is still in this. They've got 2 Thors, which might be able to scratch the paint on one of these Protoss units. We're not even putting them into cannon mode. Yeah, I don't think the Thors are making it out of this. Not a very good Thors day for you gents. Grievous, making a grievous error with their composition, their choices. The battle starts to wind down to a close. Pink, I think, only still here because they haven't actually had their own production touched. Yeah, are we still rocking? They're 200 actions per minute to make 2 Thors and quickly throw them away up against the superior army. I have to hand the victory to team number 1, the Protosses, the Protossi working together, all sorts of different factions, but there's only one that I condemn, in red, of course, for their offensive GG. So well played, well done to the rest of you with your mechanical robo business and your Phoenix and your Void Ray shenanigans. Thank you for the submission, of course. That is not all for today, folks. On to the next match. The second match of the day will be played on the 3v3 map Mega Structure. A super building, if you will. Team number 1, the bottom left corner, has a red Zerg player. It is Wisdom. Remains to be seen. Their blue Terran ally, the SCVs of Mega Man. Is this his structure? Is it his building? Are we playing in theirs? Perhaps. Teal Terran ally, it is Gabauslo. I got nothing on that one. Team number 2, the upper right, purple Terran, it is Firestorm. Yellow Protoss probes of Trix. And the orange Terran wrapping it all up, we have NA1. NA1? Is it like anyone? NA1? I don't know. Creativity abound. I thought this was a proxy. Not quite a proxy. This is more of a an eco rush. Okay, mac and cheese, if we will. Yes. Is it off kilter? It feels like it. I can't say I've actually played on this map before. Uh-oh. Tricks. Are you the only Protoss? I think so. You are the only Protoss, and you are doing exactly what a Protoss should be. That is right. The unfortunate piece, though, is there's Zerg. So, shut down. Yeah. This isn't happening. Okay. This only works to stop the Natchery. Like, you can't make any cannons up here now. Also, the heck is this? Macro hatch? What are we doing, this Brood War style? Come on. The pylon up on the high ground now just to give vision. We're just... This is over. Okay. I saw the time, the length of time on this replay, and I was already gonna say I reserve the right to speed this up because ain't nobody got that kind of time. Good job. Ooh. Uh-oh. We have got potentially some tension. Some troubles. I seriously think this is off. I think it's supposed to be one click to the right. It's the tile underneath that's really throwing me off on that. Firestorm here perhaps needs to focus a little less on what their opponents or their allies are doing and maybe a little bit more on what they're doing with their lack of orbital command. Yeah, 26 appums, and we're spending a good half of it typing 2 letters into the chat. Good grief. Alright. Well, red can't figure out what to do with their Zerglings. Just move the spine. Just move the spine here. And you'll be fine. That's a rhyme. I didn't even intend it. Ain't no crime, I suppose. Okay. So, moving on with our fine day, our fine game. Fusion Core has been spotted for teal. Blue opting for the pre-fusion core triple starport business, yes. Could be Banshees, but let's be real here. We see what we're working with. Oh, that's good. Leave the spine here to stop the probe, and just move this one over here. That's all you gotta do, really. Also, wow, okay, you're getting a little out of hand with these cannons, my dear Tricks. Like, you're gonna need to do something else. It's almost 5 minutes. Like, no, shut up, Indigos. I'm making cannons this game, okay? I decree this is my cannon rush game. I'm only allowed to make cannons. I casted somebody else that did this, I swear. It was a trip. Okay. We have a rather late proxy with the barracks in front of the bunker. Missile turret. I don't know. I'm not quite getting it. My brain, it might just be a bit too smooth to understand the impacts, the ramifications of such viewer creativity. I'm gonna go ahead and start to ×2 this because there's only so much of this type of insanity I can handle before my brain turns to mush. And I don't want that to happen to you either. TL scans are like, those are cannons. Oh, yeah, right? That was my thought too. Is this the same probe? This is the same probe, I think. What a heckin' probe. Red probe. He will be remembered. The great probe made 22 cannons. Will structures show up here? I don't think so. No, they don't. Okay. Well, we'll just have to go with... Hell. I made cannons. They're supposed to quit after this. I don't understand. Why aren't they quitting? Well, purple shows up. Firestorm here. Helping out. Causing some fires on that command center. Guns down the refinery before it can get away. Okay. Firestorm says, I have helped, and I will now be on my way. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Oh, I missed it. Oh, damn. The Banshees went across to the other side. Gunned down the Nexus. Tricks. Our Protoss hero here has only 9 pylons and 21 cannons to their name. They've got some probes still, though. They can remake their Nexus. And they are going to. Rick says, rebuilt their base, no longer being revealed. Wow, what a disaster. Orange, what is Orange even doing? Has Orange done anything? They've lost nothing. They're making... They made it to 66 SCVs without making any army units? That's insane. We can win easy if we attack. I weakened their eco a lot. Did you? I'm kind of missing that part. Oh my gosh, the Marine slaughter on the low ground here. Anti-armor missile, the Dorito Shred, actually very well placed. Blue, what is blue with the 92 Appums here? Okay, Protoss, like, you gotta calm down. Orange just started the build phase of their army, so they're not actually really able to help out a whole lot. Purple valiantly sacrifices all of their Marines. Wow. Okay, yellow, we all know somebody like Yellow here, okay? They get into the team game, and they're like, okay, I am the commander of the operation. I will tell everyone else what they need to do. And Orange, I don't think really... They might not even have chat turned on, okay? They might just mute everybody when they get into the game. Also, that last one was in all, so they just kind of let their opponents know what they want to do. The cannon's somehow still alive. Zerg is deciding to make mutas. That's not... Oh, they're going for Broodlord. That's at least a better answer, I suppose. Really, though, just like 3 Ravagers is really all you need. Just a few Ravagers, a siege tank from your allies, but I get that that's kind of a tall order at this point. So, yeah, you're just kind of doing the best that you can. They made a Nexus, and I don't think they've actually made any probes. Orange finally shows up to the battle, which is not really going to help out a whole lot, I will say. They're kind of just going in piecemeal here, while their cannon commander in the back is offering thoughts and prayers for emotional support. Yes. Really, losing all of your Widow Mines is a darn shame. You'll still be here on Monday, right, though? Please, yes, show up. Thank you. The Broodlords have shown themselves, which means the cannons are truly done for at this point. Perhaps then Yellow will have to come up with a different strategy, perhaps related to making probes. Madness, I know. Begun the scan wars have. The Thors waddling their way up the ramp, Liberator trying its best to stop it, will not be able to succeed at such an endeavor, though. Purple helping out. Looks like trying to just zone away some of the Broodlords. My gosh, people. Like, the builds here, this is just a disaster. Where are these people when I play? Come on. Right? I know somebody else is thinking that. Or Widow Mine, we could make some siege tanks too. But no, we're instead gonna get all the upgrades. We're gonna get every upgrade we possibly can and then make Widow Mines, which don't really even benefit from them. There's a siege tank somewhere. There it is, up on the high ground. The bottleneck on the ramp, traffic jam, causing more damage than I think any of the opponent's army forces could do. Like, this game is over, right? Looking at this, I feel like Purple and Orange have got this. Holy scans. Okay. Oh wow, Teal's gone. I didn't expect that. The interesting part about this to me is I still know the time on this replay. We're not even... Okay, we're like barely a third done. Barely. So... all I have now are questions. The Siege Tank Queen Wombo combo will be successful at holding the defense. Teal is gone, but is not going to have, I would say, a whole lot of opportunity really to help out. Their SCVs don't even appear to have been mining a whole lot. Now they're just kind of going to funnel their army, funnel their economy into their allies' pools. Blue sitting on an absolute bank. Has a fusion core, but is going for Banshees. A choice. Yes, choices are being made. Yellow's pinging. Pinging for Teal? Teal's gone. Is somebody controlling Teal's Banshees? We'll have to keep an eye on that, I suppose. Yellow. I'm sorry, Yellow's still. Yellow had the opportunity to make a build, to actually do something here. They remade their Nexus, they made a handful of probes, and they're like, you know what I need? You know what I need? Another forge at my ally's base. Yes. Wow. Okay. The choices, just all around. The Broodlords, likely to be, I would say, one of the most successful pieces of the composition so far, because orange and purple, they're really just making Marines. It feels like that's all they're really going for. Orange is adding on some starports, and you know what really goes well with starports? Double fusion core. Yes. For double the fusioning, yes. Good guess. Good question, my dear viewer. Yeah. The Broodlords, they could just target down the Marines. We'll definitely need some Corruptor support. This is a Zerg composition that can work. Our Cannon Commander is still playing. Oh my gosh. Yellow. Yellow, I think you need to rethink some things here. That's a lot of cannons. Okay, like they will be successful. They are helping. They're just also not helping. Orange, Marines and Broodlords aren't a fantastic mix when the terrain is actually working in favor of the Broodlords. Bunkers are not a counter. Okay. What happened to the starports? We made 4 starports. Star forts. Okay. And then 2 fusion cores. We win in 2 minutes. I guarantee you this game is not over in 2 minutes. They're so mad at Orange, I think, for still mining. They're so upset by this development. Orange is really their only hope right now. Okay, Orange really does need to get these starports to work, though. The Thors could do it, actually. If we put the Thors into cannon mode, if you get Thors into cannon mode and actually, I guess, don't walk them into their own deaths, they could work. The starports might be a more reliable option, but it can still work. I don't even want to touch this. I don't even want to get into that. Okay. We've got a 3v2 here, and it's just an absolute disaster. I will be times 2ing the rest of this replay simply to save the sanity of all those involved. Yellow. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to make something other than robes at this point, though? Like, no, we're still going with the Indigos. This is my cannon rush game. Okay, I am only allowed to make cannons. Okay, then. Well, nice to know that you're helping out to make this game a real even 2v2. Well, the Broodlords... who wins this? That's a lot of Thors. They're not in their cannon mode, though, which is going to cause some problems. Do the Marines have stem? Not yet. They don't have stem. If they had stem, this would be, I think, quite over for the Zerg. The Banshees fall from the sky, plummet. 404, not found. What is not found? The battlecruiser Broodlord combo somehow manages to hold the high ground, which will give Red a single mining drone. 2. We have increased our mining efficiency by 100%. Yes. Fantastic victory. The battlecruisers trying their best to move around and keep everything a bit safe. The cannons in for a rough day, thanks to the presence of siege tanks. Orange seizes the opportunity, though, recognizing that their opponent... Wow. Okay, we've got a cheerleader, a caps lock commander here. The Thors, I don't think can actually break this. It's too many siege tanks. Wouldn't it be nice to have actual, like teammates and help through all of this? This is just all around a complete and utter mess. Somehow the Protoss accidentally, I think, makes a gateway. This can't be intentional, right? I mean, why stop now? Attack, please, with all army. We're gonna have to. I think we're all gonna have to pray for dear Trix here, who needs something. Okay, like a nap, a friend, to go outside, something. Okay, just no more buildings, just army. I gotta know. Okay, can I get on the Trix cam here? What would they be? Probably 4? No, this is purple. 5. We're on the Trix cam now because I want to know what we're gonna switch it back to normal time. This is the game speed. This is what your cannon commander is doing, everyone. Okay, when they're sitting here yelling at you to do better, motivating you with proper, complete, polite language and very coherent sentences and pepperoni pizzas. This is what they're doing. They're making 5 pylons and 2 cyber cores next to each other at the 28-minute mark. Trash. Wow. Was that blue? Blue. Hauling people out here, switching into Liberators. Interesting choice. We've got Siege Tank Liberator. Pray the opponents don't know how to make an air unit. So far, the odds are in their favor, I will say. The Siege Tanks will clear most of the static defense and the Marines. Oh, God. The flank from the left side, an absolute grinder, though. The Liberators with their range. You got Liberator range too. Advanced ballistics online. Love it. I'm kind of hoping now for team number 1. Okay, they've been struggling, but through Broodlords, Siege Tanks, and Liberators, they're trying. Okay, they're trying to make this work. Purple shows up with a lot of Marines. God, that is a lot of Marines. You gotta fight in range of the Siege Tanks, though. Well, the Broodlords could help even this out. Oh my gosh. Wow. Take this army. No. Oh, I love it. Sick of the yelling. Sick of the commanding. Purple says, you go ahead, you do it, and quits. Oh my gosh. We have a 2v2 now. Okay. This is getting a bit more interesting. Alright. I'm on board now. So tell me, dear Yellow, they're commanding the forces now. Will these 10 Marines help? Oh man, it doesn't look like those 10 Marines really helped out. I know, that's a problem. Gosh, if only we had, you know, just the 10 Marines that were on patrol here. That really would have made a huge difference, I feel. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Back to my ×2. Thank you very much. Battle cruisers cleaning up the bottom right side here. Brood lords contemplating the mysteries and ways, the intricacies of the universe. They keep saying 404. Like, I'm not even sure I follow it. Error 404 is not found. Typically with the domain or the browser web page unable to load kind of business. The battle cruisers, are these upgraded? Not quite. They're 1-2. Orange, though, got every upgrade in the book, I see, even smart servos, despite not actually, I think, ever accidentally hitting the switch mode on the Thors. This game is way too close. Like, this game has absolutely no right to be this close. Blue's still crushing it with the Apams, but not a whole lot, I would say, with most of the army work. The battle cruisers are doing a pretty decent job. So, oh god, the siege tanks really putting in some work against orange Marines there. Yellow somehow stumbles into an actual legitimate team game composition of Void Rays? Yes, okay, we got there. They show up and actually do more damage than the cannons did for the entire first 30 minutes of this game. Look at it. 5 voids. Wow. Okay then. Well, it is over. Actually, a fair bit quicker than the time on the replay. Somebody must actually stick around and start trying to, I guess, destroy all the buildings and start playing with their own stuff. We can all guess and imagine who that is. Yes. Nonetheless, a well-earned victory, I suppose. There are so many problems with that game, though. There are so many problems all around. I don't quite know where to start. Yeah, I don't think it's quite worth the loss in the mental faculties and the sanity that it would take for me to try to actually help anyone involved here. So I'm going to instead just say, I hope you all keep on enjoying StarCraft. Yes. And if you enjoyed watching, please be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you all so much. I hope you have a great day.